probably I need to give you a little word of warning here. Whenever we try to speak with presenters and talk to them about aligning their behaviors with their objectives or with what they're trying to communicate, we inevitably hit a little bit of pushback. And let me anticipate where you might go with that. None of us likes to try to fake it when we're in front of a group of people. In other words, I want you to understand that I'm not asking you to be an actor or an actress when you get up in front of the group. Now, I know there's a lot of talk and a lot of that's been written about the similarities between presenting and acting. I'm not a big fan of going down that corridor. What instead I'd like you to do is think not in terms of acting or pretending to be something, but rather to be the best possible you. Think about it. If you took that list of impressions that you wanted to leave with your audience and you placed yourself in a one-on-one conversation with someone that you knew and something that you cared deeply about, and you were trying to convince that person of what you were thinking, would you have any problem conveying that list of impressions? Probably not. In a one-on-one setting, you are an excellent communicator most of the time. You know how to get your point across when you're one-on-one and you're trying to convince someone. You do this naturally. But a funny thing happens between that one-on-one setting and when you walk up and stand behind a lectern and start to present perhaps even the same content, now in official capacity, something changes. You stop being the best you. So when I talk about aligning your behaviors with your message, I'm not asking you to fake it. I'm not asking you to pretend anything. I want you to be intentional about what you do. I don't want you to be unnatural, but I want you to add intentionality to what you already do when you're one-on-one so that you can convey the strongest and the best you. So keep your style, but add some skills. Keep your personality, but I want you to add some intention to that process. Because when you marry skills with your natural orientation, your personality, and your style, you're going to get the best you in every context. So that's what we mean when we talk about aligning your behaviors. So, what behaviors? The presenter's craft, C-R-A-F-T, is a list of 5 key areas that we think you as a speaker will want to develop. Let me quickly review them for you. C stands for connect and complete. In other words, we want you to be intentional on how you make eye contact with your audience. Don't just scan the room. Don't just let your eyes go wherever they feel like going at any given moment. Instead, what I want you to do is use your eye contact to connect with your audience. And we'll talk about how you do that. So the C in craft is connect and complete your thought. The R is react to your visuals. That's how you take that, connect with your eyes, and make that work when you're presenting slides. We've all seen presenters talking to their slides, looking down at their screens, and completely become disconnected from their audience. Well, if you learn to react to your visuals, you'll learn how not to let that happen to you. So C, connect and complete. R, react to your visuals. A is what you do with your voice. How do you animate your voice so that it creates the best possible impact for your audience? F is how you focus your gestures. We don't want you choreographing and being an actress or a game show host, but instead we want you to focus what you do so that it helps communicate what you're trying to communicate. And the last thing, the T, is take control of your movements. Know where you're standing, know what posture you're taking, and know when and where to move to create the best possible impact. That's the presenter's craft. It's a skill set that you never fully master, but you move closer and closer to mastery every time you concentrate on how you do what you are doing when you are speaking. So We're going to begin looking at the eyes. But in this interactive training, you can go anywhere you want, jump to any chapter that you like, and spend the time where you think it will make the biggest impact for you. We'll cover what the skill is, what it looks like, how to practice it, and then questions you might have about how you employ that skill in the real world. So let's move on.